Hello, everyone. Welcome to Feel Good Friday. My lights have died behind me because I put Amazon batteries in them and they don't last very long. So we're going without lights today. And today's Feel Good Friday is going to be about making assumptions. Now, with making assumptions, everyone has done this. It's totally normal. Things happen. You get a little caught up in a situation or something and you want it to end, or you're figuring out something. You're just like, man, I'm going to assume that so-and-so is so-and-so, whatever. Everyone does it, whether you like to admit it or not. In some form or fashion, you assume things. It happens. Now, making assumptions isn't necessarily bad if it's done right. And I'll get into that. But in the long and short of it is, making assumptions all the time can be very detrimental to whatever you're trying to do at all. And what do I mean by that? So, when you make assumptions, you're going based off of like your own intuition, maybe a little bit of knowledge on whatever it is. Maybe a past experience that was related to the current experience, so you're just going to assume X, Y, Z because you've already dealt with whatever the fuck. Sorry, there's a mosquito floating around in here. He needs to die. Rest his soul. That same situation you were in before, no matter how similar it is still a different situation. So, therefore, I personally would recommend people to not make any kind of assumptions without having the context of the people you are working with involved. Because if you assume something and you get that assumption wrong, guess who that's going to fall on? You. Not anyone else. You. Because you fucked up by assuming that something that wasn't true. Now, with that being said, always gather as much information about a situation as possible. Don't just go in there and be like, oh yeah, I know it. Like, even if you know it, like, you pretend like you don't. It's like the analogy of a loaded gun, right? If someone clears a chamber for a gun and passes it to you, are you going to just assume that it's clear because you saw him clear it? No, you're going to check behind him and double check to make sure it's clear, because you don't want to misfire and kill somebody or yourself or hurt anybody. You should apply that kind of notion to a lot of things in life, especially when you assume stuff. Get as much knowledge about whatever it is that you're doing as possible. Like, dot your I's, cross your T's. That is like the number one saying for this kind of thing. Really make sure you check yourself. And do everything in your power that you can until you just can't do anything anymore. And then people really can't get on you for anything, because you did what you could. You did all that you could till you couldn't anymore. With that being said, just to kind of finish that off, try to make inferences, which, it's the same thing as what I just said, essentially, but don't assume anything. Just make an inference. And for an inference, for anyone who doesn't know, an inference is having research and data, enough of whatever it is, to assume a proper conclusion. Not assume. To come to a proper conclusion that's backed by data, or like seeing it yourself, knowing for a fact this is what this is. I can conclude that this is this because I know that is that. Here, I can actually give you examples of why assuming things is bad. So if you work in computers, especially if you were new in computers and you figured out some stuff on one problem, right? Like, oh, this person's issue was, they couldn't like boot up their computer. It was soft locked, not soft locked, but like boot looping or something like that. So I did XYZ to fix it. Okay, well, yeah, they fixed it for that person, right? But You go to another person, they have a very similar problem. It's not the exact same problem, but you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. You do the same process, right? And now you fuck their whole computer up, and it doesn't work anymore. That's what I mean by assuming. Make sure you have everything you need before you take action. Anyway, it's a short little Feel Good Friday. I've had a kind of a rough day, to be honest. I was actually quite upset, quite angry before recording this for bullshit reasons, because that's life. But your boy is good, just a human being, and hoping that this makes you feel better. And hope this advice finds you guys well. Also, we're nearing 150 subs. We just keep going up week after week, which is pretty sick. And I thank you guys for that. I know not many people watch these videos as my main videos, but I like to do these regardless, just to talk, go back through what I said, and be like, yeah, you know, I agree with myself. I don't sound like a complete bumbling idiot, so there's that, you know. But thank you guys. I hope you guys can continue to enjoy this content, and I hope that these videos make you feel better. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a good Friday and a good weekend. Goodbye.